It's in Holly Grove. Jonah, what can you tell us about the capture?
Well, Gene, Travis, I can tell you that several people who live in the neighborhood actually witnessed that scene. They said that it started like around 1 o'clock. They heard a big commotion outside, and when they came outside, they saw several unmarked vehicles with tinted windows. They saw several law enforcement agents with guns on. Some people said big guns and shields drawn. But we do know that the capture happened here in the 9400 block of Astralis here in Holly Grove. When we got here on scene, WDSU was the first news outlet here on scene. We saw several vehicles that were in this parking lot area right here, driveway, if you will. We saw about maybe 7 or 8 unmarked vehicles. We saw several law enforcement agents going in and out of the house. I can tell you there was also a K-9 unit here on scene. And we did manage to speak with some neighbors off camera in the neighborhood, telling us about what they actually saw. One lady actually witnessing, providing us with some video that we're going to show a little later. But we do know that Antoine Massey has been arrested 6 weeks to the date he escaped from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. Again, that scene now is clear, but we can confirm that. One interesting thing also, neighbors tell me that the homeowner was actually here this morning cutting the grass. They also tell us that the home that you see in the distance is actually 2 units, so it's unclear on what unit Massey probably was in, whether that be the front or the back, but we can tell you that that scene was here in the 9400 block of Stroll is here, and we will be out here throughout the evening speaking with neighbors, trying to get more information about what they saw, get their firsthand accounts, to bring you that live on air and online. Reporting live in New Orleans, Jonah Gilmore, WDSU News.
All right, Jonah, we'll get back to you in a second. The U.S. Marshals made this capture. That group obviously working for the last several hours. Joining us now is Brian Fair with the U.S. Marshals Office.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for your time this afternoon. Can you kind of walk us through how this capture happened? I guess you guys, we certainly know you have had several tips that you've been following up on. If you could give us more about this capture.
Yeah, so first, it was more than the U.S. Marshals working today. There was a joint agency effort today with the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, the New Orleans Police Department, Louisiana State Police, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, HSI, and the U.S. Marshal Service were all involved in today's arrest. The arrest is based on critical support from Crime Stoppers GNO. They provided information today that was followed up on by this joint effort that led to Mr. Massey's arrest.
And Brian, let me ask you this, $50,000 reward. I'm assuming somebody's going to collect that if it was a Crime Stopper tip, but does big money mean good tips like this?
I mean, this was a good tip. I would think someone may collect money on this. I can't confirm that, but Crime Stoppers did provide support on this arrest today.
I know it's still early. Is it your thought that he has been within city limits the whole time? Holly Grove, in the 17th Ward, just around town this entire 6 weeks?
Don't know at this time. That's going to have to get looked into more to see where he's been traveling to, if he was in town, out of town. It's quite possible he left town and came back. That's all stuff that's going to require follow-up work.
And how serious will you all, as well as NOPD and state police, take any accomplices? Because clearly one would have to believe that if he was moving around the city, I know that he was allegedly spotted at different locations in recent weeks, but if he was clearly moving around the city and getting help, how serious are you all going to take that?
I think you've seen in the past few weeks how serious they're taking it. There have been several people that have been put in jail over this matter. So if people are found to have aided him in any way, they may be charged by either Louisiana State Police, the Attorney General's office, or another agency.
And before we let you go, as far as we know, he was captured without incident. Did he surrender or come out of a home, or did y'all have to go in and get him? Is there any kind of other detail you can give us about how the capture was executed?
That would be follow-up from the there's going to be a press conference put on by the New Orleans Police Department, I believe at 5 or 5:30. They would probably have the details of that.
It's 5:30, Brian. We are going to carry it and stream it live here for everybody. But I hate to pivot off of what's a positive here for your office, but Derek Groves, he is the lone escaped inmate at this time who is still at large. Are you all getting good tips or critical information about him now?
We are still receiving tips. Obviously, it's 6 weeks plus into the investigation, so the tips aren't aren't. There's tips every day, but they're not as many as we received in the beginning, and we're still following up on all of them and still working tirelessly to get Mr. Groves arrested.
All right, Brian Fair, U.S. Marshals. We look forward to the press conference coming up at 5:30. Just for everyone watching, we will stream that live on WDSU.com and on all of our mobile platforms.